This is the Cape Cod and Islands Continuum of Care Servicepoint HMIS Case Manager Training. This presentation will focus on creating case notes in the system. After logging into HMIS, make sure to select the project for your Enter Data As, or EDA. Also, set a new backdate that corresponds to the date when the client interaction took place. I will be shadowing Patty Alonso from the Hack Outreach team to demonstrate the steps in the process. I have already entered data as and set it to Hack Outreach. Additionally, I'm going to set the back date to March 1st so that everything I do will be stamped with a March 1st date, which is the date of my imaginary interaction with my imaginary client. It's assumed that you already know how to search for clients and add new clients. I will start by going to Client Point. I have the client's number, ID number, so I'm going to enter it. And the client pops up. As you can see, the back date has already been set. I want to leave it at that date, so I click on Use Current System Date. The first step in creating case notes is to scroll over to the Case Plans tab and click on that tab. And in order to create case notes, you first have to create goals. So under Goals, I'm going to click on Add Goal. The goal screen pops up. On the left side, there's a list of categories. Every category that's bold with an asterisk has to be filled in or the system won't let you continue. The provider or project name auto-populates from the EDA. The date goal was set auto-populates from the back date. The classification is the service that you rendered to the client during the interaction. As you can see, there are quite a few options to choose from. If you did not provide the client with a specific service, select Other. And then under Type, select Case Notes. If you did provide service to the client other that doesn't fit under the other category or that's listed, you select the category. And for purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to say Health. Under Type, I'm going to say Obtain Diagnosis. Then the last category that must be filled in is Overall Status. And for most of these case notes, it should be in progress. You can fill in these other categories if you want to. You don't have to. The system will let you continue from here. The projected follow-up date is sort of like a tickler file for yourself. You'll get a reminder on your homepage that you need to do something on a certain date. So if I set this for, June 1st, the projected follow-up date, a message would pop up on my home screen on June 1st, reminding me that I need to follow up on this. But once again, you don't have to do that. So we're finished with the goal, so we click the Add Goal button. And although you can't really see it immediately, when you click on the Add Goal button, 3 new screens pop up: Case Notes, Action Steps, and Service Items for this goal. We're only going to look at the Add Case Note section. And so click on the Add Case Note button. On the case note screen, you can see the provider name auto-populates from EDA. The note date auto-populates from the back date. And I'm going to put in my case note here. Let's see. Oh, So you can be as detailed as you want in these notes. There's no character limit in the box. And if you have very long detailed notes, and you'd like to see them all in one view, you can put your cursor over these little diagonal lines in the lower right-hand corner and drag the box open. So you can read it all at once without having to scroll. But that's as much case note as I want to put in here right now. So I will click on Save Case Note. Then, as you can see under Case Notes, the entire case note appears. Under User Creating, it has my name because I'm a system admin and I have to shadow someone to work in the system like this. But when you are putting in your own case notes, your name will pop up. My name won't. At this point, if you look at your case note and you're happy with it, that's fine. But if you think, oops, I made a mistake and I need to edit that, you click on the pencil and then you can edit your case note. And I'm going to say, I thought the appointment was for the first and it's really for the second. So I fixed that and I saved my case note again. And as you can see, the case note updated. If you want to delete a case note, you just click on the trash can icon. And if you're happy with what you have, which I am, I'm going to say, okay, save and exit. It brings you back to the case plan tab. You can see that the goal was set and the goal was health and the type was obtained diagnosis. You can see the date that you actually entered the goal and the date when the goal was actually set. Now, case notes sort of live in this little, looks like a spiral bound notebook. And in order to access case notes related to that goal, you click on the spiral bound notebook. And as you can see, there's only one case note related to this goal right now. So to see the case note, because the case notes don't appear on the case plans screen itself, you click on the little spiral bound notebook and there your case notes pop up. Down the road, if you want to follow up on this goal, you would not use the back date, this back date. You would set whatever the appropriate date is for the follow-up, and you could add a case note. I'm not going to change the back date right now, but you would put in the correct date. Say the client's appointment was for 4/2. And the next day they call you to say that they went to the appointment and they're waiting for results. So you could put in the note date of 4/2 or 4/3 or whatever date you speak to the client and add the note, client went to appointment and is waiting for results or whatever you want, and click the save case note. And it will pop up again on the case plan tab. But I'm not going to do that right now because it would mean I'd have to get out of backdate and I want to keep going in backdate. So on this screen, you can either add another case note as we just looked at. You can print the case note or you can cancel to exit. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, if on the same day, on March 1st, at the same time you were seeing this client and you were helping the client set up an appointment at Duffy, during that same interaction, you also help the client with another service. You should add another goal for that specific service. And the reason for doing that is so that you can track every service that you provided at every interaction. So I'm going to add a goal, and once again, the provider or the project auto-populates, the date auto-populates, And this time I'm going to say the service was employment. And the type was, they don't give you many options. The type was get a job. And the overall status, we're going to say in progress. Scroll down, add a goal. And the case notes screen, action steps, and service items pop up again, but we're only interested in case notes right now. So I will add a case note. Provider is there, the date is there, and I'm going to say referred client to JTech for job training. And I'm going to save the case note. I'm happy with that. I like the way it looks, so I'm going to save and exit. Now you can see that there are two goals that have been added on the same date, and they're for the same interaction, but they're just different goals. You have two little spiral notebooks, and if you click on either one of them, you'll come up with the case notes. Now, if you want to follow up on the goal later on down the line, you want to change the back date. You don't want to be in back date mode back to March 1st. So I'm going to get out of that back date. And let's say that we want to add an update to the employment goal. So to do that, I want to go over here to the spiral bound notebook and click on that. And it brings up the case notes. So I want to add a case note for today. So as you can see, we still have the provider because I'm still listed as Hack Outreach, but the note date has changed to today's date because I clicked on the X to get rid of back date. And my note on this employment goal is going to be client enrolled in trainings that begin today, and save the case note. So you can see now that we have two case notes for this employment goal. The note date for today is listed, and the note date for the previous is listed. And you can see the full case notes. At this point, you can once again add another case note, or you can print this page, or you can cancel to exit. And you notice now that over here in the little spiral bound notebook, there are two case notes regarding this employment goal. And to access them, you click on the notebook, and there they are. You can also edit the notes from this screen, or you can delete them if you find you don't need them. But that is the way to access them. You go to the client's homepage, then to case plans, and then to the little spiral notebook. And that's how you reach your case notes. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me at martha.taylor@capecod.gov, or you can reach me at 508-375-6625.